Tell me a ghost story that sounds completely unbelievable but is entirely.
So when I was 10 years old, I moved into this house with my mom and dad. They had this house built from the ground up. And one night I'm laying in the living room and my dad tells me I could stay up late because it's the weekend. So I'm camping out and I have the TV on, and my dad finally comes in around 2 in the morning and he's like, all right, Chanel, it's late enough, turn the TV off. And I was like, okay, Dad. So I turned the TV off, and my mom used to have these big pieces of furniture, and she had this big love seat, and it looked like one big chair, and two people could fit in it. But I had looked over, and there's this man, and he's in an all white suit, and he's sitting in the chair, and he's filling the whole chair out. And it scared me. And for some reason, I thought that's the devil. So go to part two.
Okay, so you guys, I am back. This is a detour from the stories at the house, but it is going to go back to the stories at the house. So essentially, this is part, 4 of my ghost story times. So I have to tell these stories in this order for it to draw back to the house, because more stuff happened at the house. But as I said in part 3, Granny passed her abilities to me. I'm not psychic. I'm not a medium. I'm not any of that. I just want to put that on the forefront. But I see what I see and I hear what I hear. Whatever it is Granny used to be able to see and hear, I can see and hear. So this story goes to a friend of mine. His name is Zay. He was unfortunately unalived in 2018. God rest his soul. So we were kids, and you know, the kids dating, the fresh relationship out of high school, 18 to 21, we dated. And we used to spend all the time together. I'm talking about either he's at my house or I'm at his house. We're spending the night. So with that, we would stay for like a week or two and then go to the other person's house. So at this particular time, it was my cycle to be at his house, my time around to be at his house. So we was at his house, and sidebar, they were having work done on their house, which is his dad's house, who passed away in 2009. They just moved to his house and lived there and took over after he passed away. God rest his soul. So they were having work done, and I knew they were going to have work done on the windows. It was a Saturday morning or something. I think it was a Saturday morning. Bright, sunny Saturday morning. So, of course, I had spent the night over his house the night before. We're knocked out. We actually fell asleep on the couch. He was on one end of the couch. I was on the other end of the couch. It's a door on this side, a door on that side. So, we're knocked out asleep, and I could feel myself wanting to wake up, but I didn't wake up. I heard a lot of ruckus outside of the house. So in my head, I'm like, oh, they got people working on the house. Even though I was still asleep, I was literally thinking, as I'm asleep, I don't know if that happens to anybody else, but I'm thinking, okay, these people working on the house, that's what this noise is. That's what this noise is. I'm not ready to get out of my sleep. It was not sleep paralysis, but I was conscious enough to know what was going on, even though I wasn't woke. So y'all, I'm thinking, I hear some tracking back and forward. He's asleep at the bottom, I'm at the top of the couch. I hear some tracking back and forward between the kitchen to the front door, out the door, inside the door. I keep hearing the door in and out, somebody in and out, the door opening and closing. But keep in mind, I never open my eyes. I'm still asleep. I'm still enjoying sleep, even though I hear this. So, you know how like when you opening your eyes and it's like foggy and you can't really make out anything because you've had that really, really good sleep and you trying to get your vision clear? You know that feeling? That's where I was with it. I'm trying to open my eyes and I can't really see. And all I saw, let me see if I can set this up to where it's recording while I'm not holding the button. So imagine the couch is right here. This is what I see. This is me, what y'all are saying. This is what I see. I see somebody like this, and they come up and they say, with their wrinkles in the forehead. They just like, they were looking under the couch and they look up in my face smiling. Not gonna lie, I started getting the creeps, so I had to back up to the back of my bed. I haven't told this story. I only told it to my friend Zay. You guys will see why I only told it to him, and he essentially passed away with that story, but not getting ahead of myself. So I saw this person look up at me and start smiling, so I jumped back, and then my vision got clear. So when my vision got clear, tell me why nobody was there. Nobody was there. The story does not end there, y'all. I'm trying to cover myself up, y'all. I'm getting the creeps. So when I jump, of course, I kick him because he's at the end of the couch. He's like, what's wrong with you? And I said, I just saw a man in my face. And I'm telling him this because I'm like, okay, obviously people working on your house. Go see why this man was in my face. Like, what would he be looking for under your couch in front of my face? And when I wake up, why would he smile at me? He was like, what? So of course he goes back to sleep. I lay there trying to collect my thoughts. Like, did I just see that? Or am I going? Is this the part where I go cry? Is this how it works, God? Is this what's gonna happen to me? So I lay there and I did not go back to sleep. I was laying there. I had that pillow by me. I remember the prints on the pillow. I just was looking at the print on the pillow, just trying to gather my thoughts. He was asleep for a long while longer. So y'all, when he finally woke up, he says, what did the guy look like that was smiling in your face? What was you talking about? I said, it was a man in my face. When I blinked, I didn't see him no more. So he was like, what does he look like? I said, he had a hat on his head. I forgot what you called them kind of hats. I forgot what you called them. And I said, he had the biggest smile, pretty teeth, everything. And I said, what stood out to me when he was smiling was he had the wrinkles on his forehead. He had a couple of them. And like he lifted his eyebrows, like it was so many wrinkles, but he looked so friendly. I said, I told him his skin tone. I told him what he looked like. I told him his head shape. I told him all the details because I saw all of this. Y'all tell me why Zay he went to the next room. He came back and put a picture in my face. I'm jumping back because he literally he went to this door. You remember I said it was two doors on both sides. This side, somebody was going in and out, in and out, in and out, but I never opened my eyes. He went through this side. So when he went through this side, y'all, came back, he put a picture in my face. You know how like you don't expect somebody to put something in your face. So you like, whoa, what's that? Back up. He said, is this the man you saw? I said, yes, it's him. He was like, that's my daddy. Y'all, his daddy passed away in 2009. This was about every bit of 2011, 2010. So he's like, you saw my daddy. And I said, why he let me see him? Why he ain't let you see? I don't mean no harm. Why he ain't let you see him? He said he wished that he would have saw him. And he said he didn't know why. So, of course, we had our times when we weren't together. So, I ended up going home that day. I went home. He told his mama that he saw. He told me like years later. He was like, I told my mama. I think he told me that year too. He's like, I told my mama, you saw my daddy. And his mama said, I believe her. She probably did. I believe her. I'm telling this story to go along with my ghost stories because all of this is going to tie in together to that house that I was telling y'all about in part 1, part 2, part 3 that I grew up in. Just stay tuned.